One time I had a piece of pizza and I just folded it up in a white T-shirt and like put it under the bed.
Why, dude?
Why did you do that?
Don't judge me. Let me tell the story.
No, you
I'm
don't
totally
say something
judging
like
you.
that and say, don't judge me. You don't get that.
Yeah.
Welcome, boys and girls. Today we're testing for the Zika virus.
No, none of us are pregnant. Just
That was really creepy, dude. You got like this deadpan eye look. You're like, welcome, boys and girls. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's how I feel those teachers talk. They're just talking at the children, not to them.
Oh, God. That's
What
weird.
teachers? All teachers?
Yeah, all teachers.
see, I think teachers tend to get like, what's his name, Ben Stein,
Mm-hmm.
and Guilfoyle,
Oh, really? Just like,
deadpan,
Monotone.
blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this makes for great listening. Just us deadpanning.
There's no emotion in my voice whatsoever.
No, I sense some emotion there.
Yeah. Like
Absolutely.
you
need to
wait.
work on it in
Seriously.
private.
Yeah.
I'm just not dead enough inside. I'm sorry.
You still have hope. Like, we can hear the hope.
can
It's
hear
not
the
totally
hope.
gone yet.
There's definitely those teachers who seem like they're just talking to themselves, though. They just ask a lot of, what's the word for the...
Rhetorical?
Yeah, a lot of rhetorical questions, and then
Definitely so in college.
Yeah.
Like,
It was just because
So
they
many.
get paid whether you show up or not.
Well,
I
they have
never
their-
understood why college ever took attendance.
they have their
got the
back
money.
to the class. They're just like talking to themselves while they do stuff on the board. Everyone in the class is sleeping or
Did you ever have
Playing
one that
video
wrote with
games.
one hand and erased it with the other?
no.
Pretty
Yeah.
weird.
No, I had a teacher that had to demonstrate that she was ambidextrous and she could write two sentences with two hands, like going on and on and on. And I was like, whoa, that's kind of trippy.
That's pretty cool.
But-
Were they two separate sentences or the same sentence? Because if you could do one sentence and another sentence, that's fucking like a chameleon, dude.
I don't remember. The
Right,
handwriting
double
was
notes.
the
Yeah.
handwriting was super shitty, and I was
Oh.
like, "You're not
not
even that
really,
good.
yeah.
You're not even that good at that." Like, apparently, she was dyslexic, so it was really funny because a lot of the problems in the books, like it was the medical terminology. So they had,
Oh, this is recent.
yeah, so
Oh.
they had like crossword puzzles where you have to like look for the word in the crossword puzzle, and she couldn't look at them, so you like didn't have to do the crossword puzzles, didn't have to do like the newspaper things where you have like the cross ones and the up and down
Find
one.
a word.
No, it's like what
Sudoku?
no. Oh yeah, I think I said crossword puzzle, but I meant word search.
Word search. Yeah, to
Right.
find a word and then you
Find a
then,
word.
yeah.
So either one of
Crossword.
those, like that type of stuff, she just her disability really worked out in our favor. That's pretty good. I liked it. Anywho,
So Sunday, basketball and Game of Thrones. Did you watch
Jeez.
both?
No,
One?
no, I didn't. No, because they'd already said that the basketball was fixed. So I was like, yeah, we know the Cavs are going to win because they've all said it already.
How
I mean,
is
how-
basketball fixed? Did you watch the end of it?
That was a good
It's
game.
totally not
wait,
fixed.
weren't some people just fined referees for fixing basketball games? I think everybody knows basketball. Like they milk those out. They want people to tune in over and over. It's
Thank you.
totally fixed.
How can it be, besides like giving fouls, how else can it be fixed?
No, that's pretty much it. You basically just foul in favor
And you
of.
and you can miss shots. I mean, if you're playing at that level,
Oh,
you
you're talking- and the
obviously-
players.
Oh, you're talking about like
Yeah.
the players are fixing
Well, it could
it.
be anything. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff. I mean, who says that it's not just one big racket? That they're
It's
all
definitely
in on it?
one big racket, just like soccer is. All the sports are. They're all fixed. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
There's there's billions of dollars on the line on gambling stuff worldwide. Well,
think
you all
there's-
think the mob doesn't exist anymore too?
I think there's so much more pride. Like you see basketball players or football players
So
like,
prideful.
so prideful that pride is not going to let them just throw the game. Especially
why
the,
they're prideful?
like maybe
Because they're getting
maybe a
paid.
normal season game, but not the championship
Nah,
game.
they're look.
Then why do players take less money to go to championship teams?
Because they're gambling, bro.
Because they're
They're gonna make more money when they fix the game.
But they could gamble on the team they're on. They would make more money.
There's no telling. They could get money. We only see stuff that we think is real. There's probably way more under the table. We don't know that's going on.
So do you watch basketball with tinfoil hats on?
No, not much. But no,
I just put the microwave directly on my head.
Go big or go home. Man.
Yeah.
no. I mean, let's put it this way. I after all that hassle and seeing Steph Curry's ugly ass shoes, then I pretty much said no. I'd rather watch Game of Thrones.
That's what made you turn it off. Is his ugly
Yeah.
ass shoes?
I seriously,
part of it.
when Game of Thrones was over, I went right to Reddit and I was like, basketball. Like, I just went in the comment like, are you guys not watching Game of Thrones? What the basketball?
You can do both. I did
Ugh.
both.
You did both. How'd
It
you
was
do
an
both?
awesome night.
Fuck you.
Shit.
I have my computer and I'm torrenting shit. Like fuck. Which one do I do? I can't do both. How'd you do both? You have like picture in
Allegedly torrenting
picture?
stuff.
No, I don't care. What are they
I
gonna
watched.
do?
I watched basketball till 8:30, and I watched Game of Thrones from 8:30 to 9:30.
Oh, okay.
It's
yeah.
not. It's not magic. It's pretty easy.
Okay, but you don't follow sports at all. That's why you didn't care. Like you don't have any ambition for any sports.
Yeah, I guess it's the
whatsoever.
wrong room.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, for them.
yeah,
Like
I
me
have
and you,
no
yeah.
interest.
Yeah.
Whoa, hey.
Well, what sports do you follow? Well, this is your chance to clear the air and record.
Football is
Wait,
the one
stick
I
up
would
for
say.
yourself.
You're
College
from the, you're,
football.
you're from the south.
college
You have to
football's
watch
not true.
football.
College football isn't real.
Roll Tide.
College.
Thank you. It. You know what? It's more real than that pansy professional stuff where they get paid to play. Officially, get paid to play.
Oh.
No, instead
Yeah,
they're
he likes
just
watching
slaves and
slaves.
make other people millions of dollars.
For blood. So college football. That's it. You don't watch anything else.
No, I watch other things sometimes. You know,
So you're not invested in them all.
I'm not like heavily invested in. I mean, like I don't really care for the Cavaliers, or I think basketball reached its peak with the Dream Team back in the early '90s.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
So
So
I mean, there's not good games on to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't watch one basketball game this whole season, but I tuned
The
in to watch
final
that
game.
one
Yeah.
game.
And ironically enough, like this was the most watched finals since the '98 season, I think.
Something like
And this was the biggest episode of Game of Thrones ever watched.
Yeah, it was
highest rated.
epic night of TV for me.
Yes.
Sports and Game of Thrones. Yeah.
See,
you guys
I busted tail to get home in time so I could watch the East Coast version of Game of Thrones. So I get to see it
Is
first.
it different?
No,
Can
they
you-
just show
It's
it
just
earlier.
on at 5 instead of 8.
Oh, I usually wait till 7.
Different.
I
It's
usually
a different storyline.
It actually
East
follows
Coast
the
is
book
like
In the
Sour.
East Coast, Jon
They have-
Snow's still dead.
They just have East Coast accents. A lot of Boston,
That
New
sounds
York accents.
horrible.
There's a lot of forget
Oh,
about
God.
it.
I would not pay it. God, that's torture to people. Can
Yeah.
you imagine Game of
We gonna
Thrones?
go get over there and get that castle.
Don't
You
ever
know,
do
Jon
that
Snow.
again.
Jon Snow, get off the roof. You don't know nothing. Get on down here.
Those are terrible East Coast accents.
Those are
We're
terrible
just
Southern accents.
Yeah.
God, it
Well, like,
reminds me of
what's
my
an
youth
East
so
Coast
bad.
accent? Like, what are they gonna do? The Krakens all sound like Bostonians. I don't know how they sound.
Forget
Yeah.
about it.
That's
Hey.
no. That's,
Hey.
they're all the fawns.
Yeah, they are. They're all
Hey.
from Bensonhurst. They all slick their hair back and
Hey,
wear
Ned,
black
Ned,
shoes with
Ned,
jeans.
Ned Stark trying to kill everybody. Hey,
Hey.
chill the fuck out.
Hey, Ned's got no chill. What's wrong with him today? Hey.
That sounds horrible. All right, we got way off track with the sports thing.
I've already talked about Game of Thrones with like a bunch of people. I'm kind of like over it. I imagine
Yeah.
by the time this comes out, everybody's already fucking
gonna
this
be a
thing
little
left,
past.
right, up and down.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the next episode. I'm ready. And that's
I'm not ready. It means it's over after the next episode.
Shit, I thought that one was the last episode. I was like,
Would've been a
fuck,
good
that was a
end.
great way to go out. And then I was like, oh shit, there's another episode. Well, that's going to be fucked because there's no way that last episode is going to be any better than the one we just watched.
no. It's going to be longer.
gonna
That's
be longer?
Yeah.
It's extended like
Slightly
an hour and a
longer.
half or something.
No, it's like 69 minutes of runtime. It's a
okay.
little bit longer.
But
But it-
10 minutes?
Yeah,
But that's
it's
the thing. It's like what is in there that they have to put in? That
I don't think they
doesn't have
had
a
to.
few
Some more
minutes?
Khaleesi's titties.
She actually has a writer on her contract that she does that at her discretion. The show doesn't pick that.
That's what they all say.
No, the others don't.
No,
Sansa
it's
says
a
it
dumb
may
joke.
come up for her, but yeah. But no, Amelia Clark doesn't have to show her breasts if she doesn't want to.
well, now not anymore. At the
Not
beginning,
anymore.
like I went,
As an
I went,
executive, you must show your breast whenever I call them out.
like, he
I just
walks
walk
in,
out onto the
walks in.
set. Titties now.
drops it. Like everybody stops what they're doing. She's like, "Oh fuck! I didn't even think I said it's in the contract, man." And like, like I don't know, like I went and I started watching the first episodes again, like the first 5 minutes of her, not even 5 minutes of her being on the TV tits, like right away.
Yeah.
So she like they made that like after it got popular, she kind of like made an addendum to her contract.
Well, now, that's the thing. They can control now. The stars.
It's typical
really
woman
run the
behavior.
show.
You know, there's just giving it up early on, and then once they got you committed, now
That's
suddenly
when they shut the door.
Suddenly there's restrictions on these titties. Fuck. Anyways, 4th of July is coming up.
This is going to be the most random episode. It's just going to be like squirrel topics, like 4th of July. Oh fuck, guitars. Oh my god, a rug.
I fucking hate holidays like so much. Like
Why?
any holiday.
Don't you get the day off work?
Well, I'm not showing up, but
He gets a day off work. Yeah.
It's the day off work.
the thing that's annoying to me is I have all these old people who start calling and want to hang out between like Jackie's parents or grandparents or my mom and dad, and it's just like,
What old people are calling you? You have these old people friends calling you to
Hanging out at the old folks' home.
Hey.
Herschel over there wants to be drinking again.
We have a one old friend Max, so we're already there.
one old friend Max,
Yeah.
and you avoid him like the plague.
No, we've met our quota, is what I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like. My
Not
mom
Max the
starts
person, like
texting
dog.
me. It's like, "Oh, what are you doing 4th of July?" "Oh, I don't know. Do you want to come up and hang out with us?"
Not really.
I don't know.
I just
What's
became
going
really
on?
busy.
Is there, I mean, there might be roasted meats involved with that.
I don't. There's just
Roasted meats in general. Just
the idea of just sitting like on some shoreline, whatever, and on a beach chair, drinking beers with I don't know my parents and just that older crowd just does not seem appealing.
Can you not like share in the conversation with them, or is it just like dry conversation? Because like some old people are cool as fuck, and then most of them are just
No,
really
because
bland.
like for example, that we went to Puerto Vallarta, right?
Yeah.
So there was my mom, my stepdad's mother, and her boyfriend. So you got two really fucking old people, and they were just all they wanted to talk about was like politics, but they're all super conservative.
Oh,
And
so
my
it's
stepdad's
like,
in the military, and like I love debating politics, but they get fucking pissed.
yeah,
they
because
get-
it's not a debate anymore. It just
No,
becomes,
dude. Like I get fucking fingers waved in my face. Like how dare I? I don't know shit. Like
back
they
in
just
my day.
no. They get pissed off, and I genuinely believe because it's like, well, you can't refute my arguments, so you're getting super fucking angry, and so like basically any topic of interest that I have is they don't want to delve like into that. They just want to stick to their shit, and it's just like, all right, well, whatever.
Okay, so what would you rather do then if you don't want to go hang out with your parents? Like, what would you rather do in the 4th? Then?
What did you do last year? Last year was on a Saturday. Yeah,
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think we went
Last
to
year was crazy.
Jackie's. No, that was the year before. I don't know. I think Jackie and I just went to like Balboa Park on some like cliff area and just got really fucking high and just like drank some milkshakes and watched the fireworks go off
Didn't
over the bay.
That one. That's
Speaking
legit.
of, wait a
you know?
minute. Since I wasn't here for it, where were you guys for the boom on the bay? Do you remember that one? That was like
I was in the
4 years
same
ago.
spot.
I was there for
I was
it.
there also.
Yeah, where were you? I was on Coronado.
I was at the CAC, the waterfront park
Yeah.
downtown.
It was such a fucking disappointment because I was on the phone with my dad. Yeah, I was on the phone. For anybody who doesn't know, the boom at the bay was San Diego has this 3-barge firework thing that goes off. And usually it's this really great show, and the whole thing went off in like 30 seconds. Like every single...
That was 2 years ago.
That's what you're talking about,
I thought it was like 3 years
No,
ago.
I think it's like 3 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years
Last
ago.
year it was legit. It went on for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was like a full-on show. But when everything went off, I was on the phone with my dad. He was like, "Oh, happy 4th of July," and like me in a conversation with my dad is very just status update. Like this is all this. Yeah, it's just. Anyway, cool guy. But, so I'm talking to him, and like the girl I was dating at the time was like, "Hey, fireworks are going off." I was like, "Oh yeah, fireworks, cool." Like it's like I'm expecting the show to be a half hour long. Like I'm able to watch the whole thing, and then I just hear this thing is going off in the air. I look up, and it's just done and smoke, and everybody kind of looked around and went like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is that it?
Dude, we went to What's the? Is it Murphy Park or whatever? On the northeast end of Balboa, like the most northeast end. There's like Murphy or Kearney's Park or whatever.
It's like Bird Park, kind of. Miller's Field.
Miller's Field.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Miller's Field, and then there's a golf course right
Yeah.
by Miller's Field. So
right
I drive
across.
right by Miller's Field, double back along the golf course side, and there's a giant cliff, and then you can see all of downtown. You can see the Coronado Island, the bridge, everything, and it's just there's enough parking there for about 70 cars, but like 7 million people try to go there. So we were parked there, and again, just getting high. We went and got some like ramen or something. So Jack and I are just chilling, listening to some music, waiting for the show, watching everybody pile in around. Watching the chaos of people, because we got there maybe 30 minutes before like the most of the rush.
Are you listening to the radio station because it's set to music?
Yeah.
too.
Yep. We're ready, like dialed in for all that. But we have like I'm just listening to my own like podcast stuff. And if you've seen Star Wars where the Death Star explodes, because that's what it was like from our position. Like you just saw like this. It looked like a giant rocket, not a rocket, just like a nuclear like ball of fusion just go up into the air and then just nothing, right? It's just dead silent because we're
Far
I don't
away.
know, we're 2 miles maybe.
You're on the other side of the park, so you're probably a good 2.5
miles. So all you see is like kind of like the shape of a balloon, just this huge all three huge explosions, and then it's just dead silent, and then all of a sudden boom, like just this most like thunder clapping, like low frequency, like explosion.
Yeah.
And everybody in the crowd was just like, it just silenced everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody was just in shock. And then everybody just waited and like waited.
That's what it was.
Waited.
Like,
It was
is that it?
was
Was
that-
like, is
yeah,
it the
what the
beginning?
hell?
Is that the end? Like, what the fuck's going on?
What
Is there
happened?
more?
Yeah. And then usually
Really weird.
I go home and have sex and go back to playing video games or watching TV. Like that's the best fucking 4th of July ever. Like then it's like the next year we got to go up and it's like, oh fuck, we're like at Jackie's grandparents and now there's like even more old people. There are old people fucking everywhere and they're all like
What do you define as old people?
Yeah.
70s,
70s is old.
70s,
70s
right?
are
Just
old.
all the women have like gray hair and it's all permed,
And
they
it's
all,
that hairspray locked in helmet kind of hair.
I'm not touching it,
They get
bro.
it- yeah,
I don't
they get it
know.
done, like,
I mean,
2 or
looks
3
like I
times a
could
week.
wash some mean dishes with that hair. Like just take grandma and put her face right in the sink and just start scrubbing the skillet, at the top of her skull.
Like a Brillo pad.
Damn.
But it's just like and the thing is like I make the most of it, and I feel like the family all really likes me, and I have all the small talk type conversation, and I don't say anything that I actually think. I only say the things that I know that they want to hear.
Yeah, the polite.
Just the super polite, and it's just like I want to kill myself. And we're there for like 6-8 hours, like 8 hours of this shit, and it's just like, oh my god, there's no place to lay down. There's no place to get the fuck away from these people. In every conversation I have, people are just talking about shit I'm just not fucking interested in. But I'm gotta be happy and put on like that show, and that's why like, and it doesn't matter where I go. I have cousins right now that have a giant opening house, and they people are messaging me on Facebook like, oh, you get the party invite? Fuck you. Like if you can't invite me personally, like even text message, then like that's not a real invitation to just put some broadcast thing on Facebook. But they're all people that I only see a couple times a year, and I don't have like a real relationship with them.
They're just related to you.
Yeah, we're related, and yeah, we've been related for a long time now, but we still like we never
Probably your whole life.
Almost my whole life. Almost.
We never hang out. We have no stories,
Yeah.
to like talk about or whatever. And it's just some big weird awkward thing, and it's just all fake and phony, and it's just like and I've just gotten to the point where I'm starting to tell people like I just don't have a good time there. I'm sorry. I'm not going. It's not.
Then you should go and have a good time. Like you should go and make of it what you can. Go. You know what? Go in and get blitzed. Go in blitzed.
No, they're all getting shit faced. That's the thing. I'm just not into that. I'm just not into that.
I didn't get high. Go get.
No, they're
Dude,
all. No, my cousins are all
couldn't do
smoking
that.
weed. They're all like my mom's cousins. Not weird side of the family. They're all like potheads. They're all total potheads. But the thing is like what I did to you. Remember what I did to you at the beach, where I talked to Josh. I talked to Josh about shit that you could not get in on the conversation. Well, I feel like I'm going to this family reunion where there's 100 people there that are talking about stuff that I cannot get in on the conversation anywhere. You know, there's people talking about their my aunt and her husband. They do this thing where they get on this horse and they run this horse through this corral, and there's these balloons, and they shoot these like revolvers, right? But they're not shooting bullets. They're like little mini shotgun like things. And they try to like run through the thing around the barrels in a figure eight, shoot as many of these, balloons as possible. And they're telling me about it. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
I'm second generation. Don't give a fuck. And that's so
like,
meaty.
oh my god,
that
like
sounds
I don't.
So boring.
Could we talk about something that I have some
Matters.
input on? I mean, the problem is you're just telling me about you riding this horse, and they're talking about this breed of horse, and it's just like. You realize, like, I've barely ever touched a horse once. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. And then you move on to the next area.
One night in TJ.
Yeah. Okay, so what Chad was talking about, getting fucked up, I think that's interesting. Could you get high or drunk with your parents? Could you do it? If they're still alive. I don't know about you.
Look,
we'll go around the room.
Now that my mother is on Facebook, she may hear this, and I really don't give a fuck. Yes, I have been drunk as fucking shit around my parents.
With her, though. There's a difference between
Well,
showing up and you're bliss and you're like, oh, this is weird.
This is where
sitting
things
down
get
with
weird
them.
because when you, like, they're still blue laws. My mom claims not to drink.
What is a blue law?
Blue laws are like you can't serve alcohol on Sundays.
Okay,
You have to close. You have the 50-50 rule where if you're an establishment that serves alcohol, more than 50% of your gross income has to come from food sales instead.
That's beyond the question. Would you get fucked up with your parents? Like,
Would I get drunk with them?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Would you get high with them?
Well, I don't get high, so that's irrelevant.
If you did, if you don't, then that's relevant. Okay. What about you, Jeff? Would you get drunk with your parents? Like, sat down with them?
My parents constantly want to get drunk with me all the time. That's the thing. Like, I don't want to.
They're a bad influence.
I don't want to
you.
get drunk with them. Yeah, every time we go up there, Jackie's head is in the fucking toilet. Like every time. Like my mom constantly is just feeding Jackie, alcohol all the time. Yeah, my mom and my stepdad are huge boozers.
Really?
Like,
okay.
they just drink from sun up to sundown. They don't take a nap.
Well, I'll go and take your place, and we'll be
phases
okay.
them. My dad and I have been smoking weed together since I was like 15 years old.
That is so crazy. To
Like
me.
one time I flew. My mom had got married to this military dude.
Yeah.
They got transplanted over to I don't know, Cherry Point. I don't know, like North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Some area over there. And it's one of those stupid things where it's like your parents are divorced and one of them lives halfway across the country. So it's like your time now to get on an airplane and go spend like a month or whatever with your mom or whoever the person is on the other side. So,
Right.
So me and my brother get on the fucking airplane, fly over to South Carolina, get off, and it's like, great. Now I got to spend like a month and a half where I have no fucking friends. I don't know shit. We're stuck on the fucking base.
Yeah.
Right?
Which isn't made for kids
And
at all.
actually, the base is just filled with a bunch of super oppressed kids that can't do shit, so they're all actually maniacs. You know? Like, no, they're all psycho.
Yeah.
They're all super psycho because they don't get to do anything, like, at all.
Because it's military
It's
atmosphere.
military
so it's
atmosphere,
always like,
super strict. So it's kids they just want to fucking do drugs and like go roller skating, whatever. They just want to be animals. They're just animals. So I had bought like this big, to me 14, 15 years old. I think I bought like $100 worth of weed. It's like this big giant fucking like I don't know what it is, couple of eighths, like a quarter, right?
Yeah.
A quarter pound of fucking weed, and I'm like, well. I had enough wherewithal at 14 to know that I could not like even pack that shit in my suitcase and get get over to the thing. So I was like, "Fuck, this is gonna be like a month and a half of no weed." So
You shoved it up your ass.
No.
No, what he did is
I thought that's where it was going.
Right? She's like, well, there's got to be one way to get it across, across the country.
no, you pack it in coffee and mail it to you.
No. Well, so this is what I did. I just figured I was going to stash it.
Okay.
But I already knew my dad smoked weed.
Oh, so he was going to find your secret stash.
Yes. But my dad didn't know that I smoked.
Uh-huh.
Or at least I didn't think he knew that I smoked.
Probably
right?
did.
So, actually, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
So, I had this closet, and it's an old house, and it's weird because the air duct goes like into the closet. So I got a big old thing of duct tape, trusty duct tape that never fails.
Except for
and so
the foreshadowing.
I took the Ziploc baggie and then did like one of those just tape right across, like just like make a cross mark.
Yeah.
Ziploc baggie and duct tape, right? And I stuck it up in the fucking like
in the vent.
In the vent, but the vent's like vertical, right? It's not laying down on something. It's stuck to the side of the wall.
Okay.
Sure.
So, and I'm thinking that's good. I'm gonna come back and just get high as shit after not smoking weed for
No tolerance whatsoever.
yeah, 45 days. I'm gonna get so faded.
Yeah.
So then I come back and my dad is super excited and pumped to see me, and he says he bought me like a new piece of furniture or whatever, and he like cleaned up my room, whatever, like cleaned my room. So I'm just like, oh shit, clean my room? Fuck, that's not good.
That's sketch.
Yeah. Probably found that sock I jizzed in a bunch of times. It could be food under the bed. Like fuck. Like one time I had a piece of pizza and I just folded it up in a white T-shirt and like put it under the bed.
Why, dude?
Why did
Look,
you do that?
Don't judge me. Let me tell the story.
No, you
I'm
don't
totally
say something
judging
like
you.
that and say, don't judge me. You don't get that.
Yeah.
Either eat it or throw it away. Preferably eat it.
No.
And you
Fold
gave
it
me
up in a
shit. You gave me
t-shirt.
shit for not wanting to walk 12 stairs to get a beer, and you're like,
No.
oh fuck it, just throw it in this.
I was
bag,
just
throw it
like,
in
I had brought up multiple pieces of pizza in my room, and I got
wait
down
for
to
the
the last.
future.
I got to the last piece, and I was full, and I was like super stoned. And
That's
I
when you
didn't-
suck it up and eat it anyways.
I was in deep, bro. There was no room. There was no room for the pizza, and I was really high. I said I didn't want to walk downstairs, and I didn't have a plate.
Motherfucker, this is why weed is worse than alcohol, because you do shit like that.
So I was like, well, I don't want to put the pizza like directly on the floor. So I just
Put it on, like
there
your
was
dresser or
No.
like a table.
no, that was on the other side. That was on the other side of the bedroom, dude. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm not moving. Imagine like I'm laying down on a waterbed and I have like pizza resting on my chest. And I'm just like eating it like a mongrel, right? And so like now I'm done. So I'm just like look around and it's like, well, there's this like shirt on the floor that I probably came in. And so I just pick up the shirt, like open it, put the pizza in the shirt, fold it over, and then put that under the bed. Anyway, so
Sorry.
I come home and I tell my dad, I'm really tired. The flight was long. I just want to pass out. And he's like, all right, cool. Love you, son. And he goes into his room. And so I instantly go right for my closet.
Of course.
And I look up into the closet to see the bag of weed is gone. It's gone. And it suddenly occurs to me, oh my God, my dad turned the heater on. Mm-hmm. And the heater melted the sticky part of the duct tape. And so it just unfolded. Like it just flaps down.
Okay.
And the weed like fell down to the ground. And it's not there. So
What happened to your weed?
somebody... There's only one motherfucker who could take my weed. And that's the guy in the other room next to me. So I think about it for a second, and then like I go to school and I tell I don't know. I tell my friends that I think my dad stole my weed, and they're like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" I'm like, "I'm gonna confront that motherfucker."
It's $100 worth of weed, man. I'm
Dude.
looking forward to that shit.
So I come home. My dad comes home from work one day, and we do like our greetings or whatever. Imagine it's like two bachelors, just like me and my dad living in this house.
I could see
There's
that.
like
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
else like really there.
Right.
And I go into my dad's room and I go, "Hey, Dad, I need to talk to you about something." And he's like, "Okay." And I was like, "Can you sit down?" And so he sits down, and I'm like, "So I I don't know how to really bring this up, but
It's like an awkward roommate conversation.
yeah, I'm like, Dad, I know you smoke weed, and I know you know that I know you smoke weed, and I know that you know that I smoke weed. Right?
Like, we're dancing around this. Like,
we know
this is a
each
great
other
stoner
knows this
conversation.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, so where's my weed? and I'm nervous having this conversation
Because what if
with
he
my
freaks
dad.
out on
I
you?
don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
But I'm just nervous having the conversation. And then he like looks at me and he like puts his hand like on his forehead and he's like, "Oh, thank God! I thought you were gonna tell me you got some chick pregnant." He's like, "Do you want to smoke some weed right now?" And I was like, "Fuck yes!"
Fuck yeah, let's get.
And then so from that point on, like pretty much every night, me and my dad like smoked weed.
That's
We
cool.
would like fucking watch TV, smoke bowls, and then it turned into like all my friends coming over and smoking weed.
Oh, and you became the cool dad.
Became the
Like,
cool
yeah.
dad, and my house was the house where people could relax and smoke weed and
Yeah.
be, like that 70s show was basically took place in my living room.
You were the bait. That was Foreman's
Every day.
basement. Yeah.
Yep, except for it was in our living room of our house. It was
Huh.
just like fucking bongs and pipes and just people, kids smoking until they fell asleep.
That's crazy that with your family, like, it's like not encouraged, but like it's just commonplace. Like, oh yeah, I get drunk with my mom and them and my dad, and like we'd smoke out. It's crazy. What about you, Rob? So would you get fucked up with your parents, like drunk or stoned?
Stoned, no. I don't even like to get stoned already.
Oh man, you guys are.
But drinking, yeah, like
Get
Yeah.
the
Just
fuck out.
doesn't agree with it.
I just went to Vegas with my parents and my grandparents and got drunk with all of them. So,
Yeah. How'd that go? Was it weird at all, or is like it's something that happens all the time?
No, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's fun. We have fun.
That's so weird to me. God.
What about you?
No, okay. Here's like my parents were so like. I don't think I've ever seen before I turned 18. I didn't see my parents do. My dad didn't touch anything. He didn't smoke. He didn't drink. He's like Hispanic father, like without the drunk part. You know, without the stereotypical like, oh, I'm gonna go work and then come home and get drunk. He would just like. I don't know. I never saw him drink or smoke at all. He was like a goody two shoes, I guess.
Your dad's a murderer.
He was. I've heard stories from my uncle that when he was in the Peruvian army, he used to like do some crazy shit. Like he stole his captain's gun, and he like because some guy was talking shit about his uncle, and like he didn't have a dad, so he was raised by his uncle, so it's basically his dad. And it was him and my uncle Geronimo, and they got fucking drunk as hell. And he's like, nobody talks shit about my uncle. And he whips out the gun, starts shooting the place up. And I'm looking at my dad, and he's like a devout Christian. Like, you know, I go to, like, I work, and I come home, and I work, and I come home, and I go to church on Sunday, then I work, and I come home. That's it. And I'm thinking,
scary
like,
dad.
yeah, and I'm like, dude, you shot the, like, no, you didn't. Like, not this guy. It's not, yeah. And my mom either, like, really straight, like, they're really, like, you know, straight and narrow type of people. So I think I've drank one Bloody Mary with them once, and that's it. Like getting baked with them, like I don't know, I wouldn't want to go through that. It'd totally fuck my world up.
See, the closest
Seriously.
I can say is like Dad was the same way. Church on Sundays, go to work, come home, didn't drink, didn't smoke,
Yeah.
none of that shit. Then we're going to pick up barbecue one day after he has chemo, and we run into one of the guys he used to work with. You know. And they're talking and stuff, and you know he's asking him about the cancer and everything, and he's like, "So, you know, do you think it was related to your smoking?" And he was just like, "Well, you know, I like to have that Swisher Sweet, you know, after every meal, but not, and I don't think it's that." And I'm like, mind blown. As soon as dude walks off, I'm driving, and I put the car in gear, and then I stop for a minute, and I put it back in park, and I was like, all that time you gave me shit for smoking,
Yeah.
we could have been smoking together.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Dude.
You're saying that he
Dude.
took Swisher Sweets and rolled like doobies.
No, he
Just
smoked
regular swish.
just
He
regular
just
Swish.
smoked the tobacco. That's
Yeah.
not what those are for.
Yeah, you're supposed to like break them up, put some weed in there, roll them
Yeah,
up.
that's what they're really for.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Rip as
tobacco
fuck.
shit's just a cover story. Who the fuck just smokes the fucking
Need them papers. dude.
God's worst cigar?
Yeah, they're pretty fucking bad. But
Yeah.
he had to have one after every meal. He would sneak out and do that. I never even knew.
It was always weird. Like my mom, as a habitual smoker, like I stole my first cigarette from her when I was 7.
Wait, I thought you said your mom was goody two shoes, went to church every day, did
Well,
that.
Dad
okay,
was.
my dad was. My mom's the smoker, but she never drank or anything at all. She just smoked cigarettes, and that's it. So I
Did
don't
she
really- I
smoke
don't-
like the Virginia Slims, lady cigarettes? or did she
Marlboro
smoke, like,
Marlboro 100 ultralights.
oof,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So
just
she's getting
cowboy
there.
killer. Yeah, pretty much that.
Ultralights, 100s. That's a long ass
That's
cigarette.
a
with
long,
very
gross-
little hit to it.
And the thing that always pissed me off is that she would try like, no, I don't smoke, and yet at midnight night, like, and we lived in a trailer house, so there's no walls, and like she'd just be smoking in the living room, and I'm like, "You're gonna give us cancer. Fucking put this shit out." She's like, "Shut up, you don't tell me what to do." I was like, "Fuck you too, bitch." Walk
Dude,
back.
my mom used
Go
to
play Breath
smoke
of Fire
while
or
we were
some shit.
driving in the car. Like, she had the window down, but like the smell is like everywhere.
Yeah.
And one time I jumped in the car. She was picking me up for school, and I was like real thirsty. And I grabbed one of those cans like in the center console, and I started drinking it, and it's just like filled with all the cigarette ash and shit. And I was just like, "Oh fuck!"
Like drinking a
come
volcano,
on, Mom,
dude.
what the fuck? I mean, it's so fucked up because it's like a little orange soda, like to a little kid. You're
It
just
looks
like
just
gold
like it,
mine.
man.
You're
Yeah.
like, yes, this is gonna be.
And you're
awesome.
thirsty too, so you're just chugging that shit.
Oh yeah. I got like a solid 2 huge gulps before I started to like feel like
You're
the
just
weird
crapping filters
chunks.
out.
It's not chunks, but the ashiness, you know, like the
Yeah.
ashiness like coming through. I'm just like, oh
so
man,
gnarly.
Sick.
it was awful.
I would have paid to see you puke that shit.
No, I
like,
just
"Fuck you, kid."
I just swallowed it and just like had a nasty taste in my mouth, and it's just like, oh man, that's wrong. It just felt wrong.
Have you ever had a roommate that used to, or known somebody who dipped, and then like they like actually knocked their bottle over,
so
and it's
gross.
this sludge that just, it doesn't even spill, it oozes. It's just,
Yeah. Sick.
No, I never. That was never popular. Nobody ever.
I don't
like,
get that. I tried it for a while because we couldn't smoke cigarettes in Iraq because like the coal lights up and you get shot. So you dip in order to get your nicotine fix. And yeah, I don't fucking get it because it gets everywhere and like food tastes like shit for a long time afterward too.
Well,
It's
if you
just-
dip too, it's like because it's a finer cut and so it's like dirt, and like we didn't want the bits of it in our teeth and shit, so we
Yeah.
did flavor packs because they had those.
Oh, the little pouches.
Yeah, little pouches.
Oh.
And I tried chewing for a while, where
Yeah.
it's actually like big, long plugs of tobacco.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't like how
The
like it.
spitting is
I
gross.
heard that. I don't know. This may be an old wives' tale, but they put fiberglass in the tobacco, so it would cut your lip a little bit.
And get you more
and then,
addicted.
because it like they'd open up your bloodstream. And
Yeah,
the
was
nicotine
that ever
would get in there.
true?
I don't know,
It-
but I heard it
it's-
from
Because I think
a lot of
everyone
people.
thinks that.
Yeah.
People do think it, but I can tell you right now that nicotine is fat soluble, so it goes right through the skin.
Really?
That's why a nicotine patch doesn't have to cut your skin to go through. It
That
just,
makes
it just
perfect
absorbs
sense.
right through. It would be completely unnecessary.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's probably an old wives' tale then, because like I don't know, fiberglass that doesn't.
People used to say that about cigarette butts, like, "Oh, you know why they make them out of fiberglass? Because it filters." No, because it cuts you. Like, really? So why aren't I bleeding out my face
Profusely
right
all
now?
the time.
Like,
Just a
you could just
gaping
like I could
wound.
literally lick a cigarette butt. You know, it's not going to do anything to you.
Yeah.
Well, you'll know like it's a micro cut, and most of the time you'll hear about this with shaving because like you feel that burn from the alcohol or whatever aftershave you use.
No.
Zero.
That it's
Zero.
Okay, but yeah,
I
The
did that
worst
too.
is when you shave and then you have that and you razor burn, you don't know it, and then you go jump in the ocean. Worst feeling ever.
Salty.
Dude.
So
Seriously,
terrible.
you did that? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I used to go surfing all the time, and so you'd shave in the morning,
Yeah,
go out, and
and then just
I've
terrible.
had girlfriends who it's like they shave their bikini area like the day that they're going to the beach, and they don't.
I bet that
realize.
quit really quick.
Oh yeah, that's the one time lesson is all they need. I used to like. I've got my shaving deal is I just buy the packs of like those super shitty fucking razors that you can use like literally one time.
And then they're dull as hell. And
Yeah.
it's like cheap plastic. Like
I
the
don't
Bics,
use-
like the Bix ones.
Yeah, that's exactly the ones I use.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like I'm gonna get 2 shaves out of them and then throw them away, and I'm gonna get a fresh new, like brand new blade, and then not have to buy those expensive ones where it's like $700 for 4
See,
fucking.
for
razors.
me, I would get 2 or 3 strokes in, and then it would just, and I'd have to start. It would take me like 5 razors to get through my face.
see, I switched to wet shaving. I go with a straight razor, and that's the best thing I've ever done shaving wise yet.
Sounds too dangerous.
It's fantastic. If you look, you just as
And
long as
way
you're
too
careful.
much work.
No.
Well, like you have when you can actually grow a thick beard. That's probably why. So yours is like it's coarse
Yeah,
as
it
hell.
sucks.
For me, one of those little razors lasts like 2 months because I have like bitch hair. I have white trash bitch hair. Where it's like whoosh, done. Like I could use a butter knife to fucking shave my let's wipe it off. Like all right, fuck, let's go to work. So yeah, for you, I can see how it's like Though you need like the Mach 4 or some
Just
shit.
a good rag rubbing on your face in circles just takes the hair
Well,
off.
I use grandma's hair as a Brillo pad. I just fucking rub it all off.
But I don't use any shaving cream, any aftershave.
You just go straight?
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
Dude,
not even soap. Not even soap.
Really?
Yeah, I don't need it.
It's too
My
fine a
my
hair.
skin.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's pretty like aggressively thick in the 2 spots it grows in.
The patchy areas.
Yeah.
Right here in the chin
The
and
chin-
a little bit over here.
No,
That's
no,
it.
it's the chin and my mustache. Like that's it. Like my mustache, I have to shave it like every
Month?
day, every other day. Yeah, because Jackie won't kiss me. She's like, "Oh, it hurts. It hurts." Fuck, I'll show you what hurts.
No, I've got like the whole thing, man. I've got like the badger hair brush, the bowl.
Oh, classy as fuck.
Yeah, it's got like a little stand and everything. So
You have a
it's
black
upside
man
down.
that stands in your bathroom,
I
waits
wish-
for you to enter
I
in the
wish
morning.
there was an attendant sometimes who just kind of hands me some stuff. But no, it's like
You should grow yours out this winter.
if
Yeah, dude.
if they don't
Battle
have,
of the Beards. Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Let's see it.
if you like, I've already decided
Highest
that
rated.
if they do not have a requirement on facial hair at this new place I'm working, it's full on. I'm just tired of
just
shaving.
tell them it's for Movember. It's prostate cancer awareness.
Well, see, that's the
They
thing.
can't tell you
Like,
no.
Well, they can because when I do the world's greatest shave hair dye that I do every March, I mentioned that at work and they said no. And I'm like, I'm not even customer facing. Why do I have to abide by these rules?
Your job just sucks, dude.
Yeah, that's when I quit. So.
I'm on a mission to grow my hair out to the point where it reaches my shoulders.
That's badass.
I haven't cut my hair for
top hair or side hair? Or
God, you're gonna look like Carrot Top, dude.
all of it.
Don't-
Yeah. No, Carrot Top has curly hair. Mine's
Yeah.
straight.
All right.
Do it.
We're
Grow
gonna
it
see.
all.
I know Jackie's was telling me how ugly she thinks it is right now. She's like, I'm so unattracted to you. I was
Yeah.
like, tell me that when I'm inside you.
It makes me harder.
Growing it out, you have to go through the ugly phase for like 3 months, and then it starts looking cool
It's
again.
brutal. It'll hang down on both sides,
Oh, yeah.
like right here, right, and it's just like, and it won't do anything. It won't hang backwards. It just falls to that 10-year-old split down the middle. It just looks like I don't even know what it looks like, but it's awful. I'm pretty much wearing a hat and a beanie like almost all
For a
the time.
while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
waiting to get through this period.
See, I can't do that anymore. I have to have shorter hair because I'm going bald, and I've had a widow's peak since I was 18. Like, it's always been some form of this V on my fucking head. So, like,
It's that secondhand smoke from your
that's
mom.
probably what it was, dude. So, like, I can't grow my hair out long at all. It looks like I'm having a comb over and I'm going through like my midlife crisis already.
No, you look like
you-
look like one of those Asian like sensei masters that grows their like hair out really
But
long.
I can't grow the Fu Manchu,
No
so
Fu
it just looks horrible and disgusting.
Have you already planned what will happen or what you'll do when it keeps going and going?
I'm just.
So
Gonna,
you still
I'm
have a while.
I have like a year,
Not
maybe.
much.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut the V deeper. That's just gonna be like this one little poof here, and then I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck.
It
I'm doing.
looks.
Are you just gonna
this looks
shave?
like the
No,
are you
okay,
gonna go?
a
Are you gonna
muff on
go
a
cul-de-sac?
vagina
Yeah.
right now? That's what this looks
I
like.
can't shave because I have like a fucking pissed off face all the time anyway. So when I shave, I look like a convict, dude. Seriously. Like, I was in the military in Iraq, and people were like, "Why are you mean mugging me?" I'm like, "Dude, no, I'm just sitting here. It's my normal face." Like, dude, you look pissed. So like, if military people can't
I'm in
handle it,
Iraq. I think
Yeah,
I got a
that's why.
fucking reason to look
so
pissed.
if military people can't handle it, I can't go to work looking all mad. I'll like, I don't know, they'll fire me for some
I
weird
say
reason.
embrace it, man. Go for it. Just go in and meet.
No, dude, I look like a
everybody.
fucking cholo. It doesn't work, man. All I have to do is wear the tan dickies with the black or the white
Yeah.
socks all the way up here, and a white wife beater. Like, I'm almost there now. I can't do it.
blood in,
I'll-
blood out, bro.
Yeah, so I'm fucked, is what it is. I'm gonna have to, I don't know, get some skin grafts or some shit.
All
You
right.
gonna get the doll hair?
Yeah.
Speaking
Like horse
of,
hair.
One of my friends did that. He got the transplant.
Yeah,
Looks really good.
I don't know,
You can't tell any different.
I guess.
It's so expensive, and I guess it's pretty painful too.
Yeah, I'm not doing. Well, I don't mind pain. I'm
Well, they
fucking
take like one of
tattoo.
those sewing machines to the top of your fucking
It's just-
head. Yeah. Fuck that.
you know where
Are they
get
gonna
that
pull the hair
from.
off your ball sack? You're just gonna have pube hair
I
growing
got
off
a
the
lot
top
of
your
that.
head?
That'd be cool. They take it all off. I'd never have to shave or maintain again. It'd be sad, dude. Fuck, I'd do it. Well, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we have a game.
Yeah, we have a game. All right, we have some movie golf, if you would please.
Movie golf.
4.
Fantastic. Here we go. Okay, today's theme for movie golf is movies that take place in El Mexico.
El Mexico. The Mexico, as they call it.
The Mexico. All right. First one we have. A lot of people's favorite of the trilogy.
Wait. Do I need to keep score?
Yes, please. Because I suck at
Son
it.
of a bitch.
So, look, I'll be better prepared next time.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
highly doubt that.
You want to put money on that?
Hold on.
I'm sorry, Chad.
Hold
I'm
on.
sorry. I don't know why I'm talking. I never come up with the game, so like, I don't just run my mouth.
Hey, you won the last game we played, didn't you?
The
Or
last
you were
movie
as
game?
close. No, not the last actual game, the Amazon or Amazon.
No, that was.
I thought I won that.
Yeah, you did.
You won? Okay.
Yeah, Jeff won that.
But you were close. You were in the hunt.
close
I was the one that
for a
sucked
minute.
it up.
For a minute, yeah, I was there.
Okay.
Get a plaque for him. It'll say once close in Emma's wrong.
Emma's wrong. Emma's on. Emma's over.
Emma's over.
Okay, so first movie.
Okay.
While
I'm
he's
letting-
pulling up the.
Someone delete it.
No.
I haven't touched it.
I did. I got tired of you keeping score. Fuck this guy.
Anarchy. Fuck you all.
Getting rid of this right now.
Ah.
Here we go. Go.
Okay. First movie, 1995's Desperado.
Nice.
Some people, it is it is the middle of the trilogies, of the trilogy of these movies by Robert Rodriguez,
El Mariachi.
and Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yeah. I think Desperado's the best out of all of them.
With Salma Hayek, while she was probably at her best.
God damn.
This isn't the vampire movie, is it?
No.
No.
This is the one with
The guitar players, and
yeah.
their guitars are guns.
I think I
Antonio
remember this.
Banderas shooting up people left, right, and center.
Mm-hmm.
Cheech Marin's a
going
bartender.
first?
We'll start left and make my way around. So we'll just
It's
start with
weird
Steven.
having the guy who's playing in the game keep the score.
I can keep the score. I just don't use the spreadsheet.
Do you not trust me? Is
I
that what you're
definitely
saying?
don't trust you. You're the least trustworthy of all.
It's probably true.
Your emotions are hidden. You're never honest. You're very calculated in all of your responses.
It's very true.
You're basically Littlefinger.
Damn.
Be
Okay.
a
I would-
veil
I would
army
hit
people
right
for
less
outside,
than
and I'd
that.
have no idea.
Let's see now. Desperado, I thought it was a really great movie. El Mariachi is an awesome song to play. Los Lobos, they made the Desperado theme song, dude. It's fucking sick. It's really cool.
It's in my car right now.
Dude, it's a badass movie, great song. I'm gonna give it it's a cult classic, but it's an older one, so I'm gonna give it a 88 if I'm gonna land.
All right. Rob.
I have not seen this movie. The only thing I know about is the guitar cases that are guns.
Yeah.
So
Really
just
cool.
based on that, I will give it a 77
Nice.
because that sounds cool.
It is cool.
I've definitely seen this movie, but it's got to be. I feel like it was a really long time ago. I will say this is a Robert Rodriguez directed. This is one of those movies where it nailed exactly the genre it was going for, right? It like perfectly in the genre of like over the top action like movie. It's 100%. It did exactly what it was supposed to, but that doesn't mean people won't hate it for what it is, even though it was like perfect for the thing that it was trying to be. I'm gonna give it 84. I'm a little bit lower than Steven.
All right. Desperado, starring Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek, and of course, Danny Trejo.
Oh yeah, fucking Danny Trejo. I love that dude.
Ugliest Mexican on earth.
Seriously, he's super nice though. He's the nicest dude in the world. He's like, I don't know, he just. I don't know.
He just
But yeah, he
opened a
looks
taco
ugly as
shop
fuck.
in LA.
Yeah, is it good?
I don't know.
Dude,
about to find
actually,
out.
did you know that, like, if you... Obviously, I'm more involved in the 360 video stuff. They made a 360 video of him eating his own tacos in his own restaurant.
Awesome.
And they did that thing where they, like, filmed him eating tacos in, like, over and over in all the seats. So there's just a bunch of trails all around the restaurant, eating tacos. Like,
Nice.
It's like a Being John Malkovich video of
It's
Danny
weird.
Trejo eating tacos. That is pretty weird. I have
I'm
to
gonna look
see
that
this.
up. I want to see that.
Yeah. The critics gave this a 62%.
Oh, come on,
The
audience.
audience, 80.
80. Yeah. See, the critics are going to hate on it. But it's like you're faulting a racing movie for being a racing. Well, there wasn't enough horses in it.
Well,
It's like it's a fucking racing movie. There's not supposed to be any. There's not a love affair in there. It's like
Yeah.
what the fuck.
And not everything has to be like award-winning, Oscar performances. Sometimes you just need shit blowing up for 2 hours.
Yes. Oh, and after this, I want to talk about Warcraft because I saw it.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah,
We'll get into it
later.
Next
All
movie.
Next movie.
Next
Hurry up, let's
movie.
get this shit through.
I have things to do.
1996 is From Dusk Till Dawn. A pulpy crime drama / vampire film hybrid, From Dusk Till Dawn is an uneven but often deliriously enjoyable B-movie.
B-movie's right. I saw this movie once and I was lost the whole time. I was like, yo, what
It
the fuck is going on?
literally
the
is
whole
like
time?
they smashed it. They filmed 2 different movies and just kind of smashed them together.
Yeah, and they're like, well, if we just turn everybody who's brown into a vampire, then like now it's a cohesive movie. Like, I don't know, I was lost the whole fucking time. It's Tarantino. Everybody likes his stuff, but
And
I don't know.
Clooney, you gotta respect.
I
Clooney
don't
being
know,
in it.
dude. I didn't like it because it made no fucking sense. But which is, I think, like Jeff was saying, like it smacks a shitty movie. Like it's supposed to be a shitty movie, and they made it, and that's what it was. I just don't get it. Audiences, cult classic, Tarantino. I'm gonna have to go safe bet of 75. That's what I think.
I've never seen this movie again, and I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't think I've ever even heard of this movie,
Wow.
so I'll give it a 70.
My God, man. This movie, like, when it came out, it must have been like 16 or something. This movie's fucking awesome. It's like, it's 2 movies.
It is.
It's 2
it
movies.
Really is 2
it
different
starts
movies.
off as one movie, and then you realize that as soon as the sun goes down, that this little, I don't know, what the hell do they call those places? The little bar things, like little Western bar.
Saloons.
The saloon.
Yeah.
The saloon's actually a fucking death feeding trap for zombies. I mean, vampires.
Vampires, yeah.
Right? So it turns into like a fucking horror flick because all these guys are realizing, like, holy shit, this place is full of vampires and they're going to try to eat us all, and we've got to survive till daybreak.
From dusk till dawn.
Yeah, it's fucking great. It's fucking great.
Again, another Robert Rodriguez film.
I thought it was Tarantino.
He's in it.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna go again. That it was a twist. Nobody saw it coming. I thought the story did a really good job. It was interesting. It was unique. Definitely worth a watch if you've never seen it. I mean, even just to put something on while you're going to sleep,
Yeah.
I'm going to give this an 80. I'll give it an 88.
As Robert Rodriguez directed, Quentin Tarantino wrote it.
Ah, that's how he was involved. And the score is...
Okay. So, the critics gave it a 63. The audience score, a 76.
Yes! Fuck yeah, one off. Nobody's engaged in this game. Yeah.
No, I'm right there. I'm giving it my best fucking...
And it's
Yes,
actually stuff you've seen. And
Yeah.
I'm with you. It's like, it literally is like 2 different movies. And it's just like all of a sudden it just transitions into this. It's like a crime flick. They're robbers. They're thieves. Something.
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
they're bad
Yeah.
people. And again, you have Selma Hayek again.
Yeah.
And she's super fucking hot in it. She's got the fucking snakes and all that stuff around her. Big ol' ass titties.
Maybe it just that flip, how it wasn't continuous and like it threw me for a loop. Maybe that just threw me off. I should probably watch it again. I'll give it another shot. So,
Okay, halfway through, Mr. Rob, where are we with the scores?
So, Steve's in lead with 6, I have 9, and Jeff has 16. Still close.
All right, now our next film, Nacho.
One that I've actually seen.
Libre, 2006, starring Jack Black. And I can't think of anybody else in it.
no shit.
Isn't Selma Hayek in this movie also?
Is she in every Mexican
Who plays?
movie?
Wow.
Who
Yeah.
plays the?
She's the stereotypical.
Who's the girl in this one?
I don't know.
I was about to look it up, but I don't want to
No, I'll take a look.
get accused of cheating.
He's already cheating. He's got the score.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Am I really winning, Rob? Really?
Not for long. Don't worry. It always happens at the end.
Fuck you. Are you gonna read the description or?
Give me just a moment here. It is Ana de la Reguera.
Okay, not Selma Hayek.
Body
Tell me
Devil.
why.
It looks the same.
Yeah, close enough.
Okay. Let's see. Let's get a little. Berated all his life by those around him, a monk follows his dream and dons a mask to moonlight as a luchador, also known as a Mexican wrestler.
This movie I thought looked horrible. Like, I think it was just Jack Black trying really hard to be funny, but I feel like he can barely carry a movie by himself. He's a great supporting actor. You throw him in there with other people, he's fucking awesome. But if it's just him in a movie by himself, it gets really old really quick. I mean, you can only take so much of a big guy being loud before you're like, dude, just knock it off. So I'm going to give it a 62, and that's being generous.
So did you not see this movie?
No, I didn't see it because I tried watching it and it didn't.
So I felt the same way. I thought it looked terrible, but I've watched it many, many times, and it's really funny. It's one of those movies that you just turn on just to have something on, and it's funny. Like, you can look up and laugh at it. It's supposed to be like corny and cheesy.
Okay.
I liked it. That being said, I don't know if everyone else liked it.
No,
So-
I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Score.
I'll give it a 75.
This movie looked like dog shit to me. It's not my type of movie at all. I would never see a movie like this ever. Jack Black is an instantly repelling actor to me. He's like one of those people, like I don't know. It's just one of the. He's a Will Ferrell. Like a Will Ferrell movie, I'm out. I'm just done. I don't want to hear anymore. I'm not into slapstick like comedy whatsoever. It's a 0 for me. Actually, it's not even a 0. It's a less than 0. It just makes me angry. And Jack Black, all he does, like you said, he's too over the top. He's playing the same fucking person over and over and over. Super annoying. Never going to see this movie. I don't know that anybody that's ever tried to share this movie with me or tell me anything good about it except for Rob. So now I'll never trust another movie opinion from him ever again. And I'm going to poop on this movie. I've got to dig deep. So I'm going to say 60. I'm going to say 66.
In Jack Black's defense, did you ever see King Kong?
Unfortunately, yes.
I thought he was really good in that because he wasn't trying to be like oh, I'm loud and fat. Oh my
But
God.
at no point did Jack Black ever convince me that he was not Jack Black. I'm never lost in his character.
Okay,
Well,
I could see
the
that. I
part
could
that he
see
played in The Holiday, the one where what's her name, Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz swap residences, and they do that because they're having horrible love lives, and then they end up Diaz falls for Jude Law and Winslet falls for Jack Black. He did a really good job in that, and
What
probably
Oh, never mind. Keep going.
no what.
I was going to say, what about Shallow Hal? Have you seen that movie?
No, why would I want to see a movie filled with fat, ugly bitches? Like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm with you,
if I want to
dude.
see fat, ugly chicks, I just walk outside.
it's
Go to
most-
plenty of those.
It's mostly filled with hot, skinny chicks.
Nah. I'm
the
just
premise
not. I
of
mean,
it.
then I'd rather just watch porn and watch somebody cry while they get fucked. I mean,
I would
I was with you right up to that part, dude. I was right there. And they're like,
you just get a little bit older. You'll find.
I'm older than you.
You'll
Wait,
find your way.
You're older than me by like a month. Anyway.
Jack Black's definitive role, though, where he's doing the Jack Black thing, but not obnoxiously. Because I'll side with Jeff a little bit. He does this, I'm a big guy who's really loud and expressive.
There's always one person in Hollywood like that. Chris Farley, Jack Black.
Yeah.
You could say Seth
Ben
Rogen.
Stiller, Seth
Rogen.
Rogen for sure.
Jonah Hill.
What's that guy?
Okay, what about
Franco?
School of Rock?
That's a good movie.
School of Rock was good.
That's perfect for him. That's nobody else can
the
play
best
that.
That's
one-
because it's his band.
No.
Where he's
that's not
in,
Tenacious D.
he's in basically I don't like Tenacious D. Think that fucking band's horrible.
I still think you're stupid
And
for that.
fucking
Get out of here.
It's all horrible.
Tenacious D is so good.
seriously.
Their
See,
HBO
one of the-
series was so funny
See
too.
one of the first
Horrible.
movies he's in, Airborne, where he's playing a high school kid in Airborne, and he's got like short blonde, sandy blonde hair. It's weird.
Okay, what about him in Tropic Thunder?
I
Did you see Tropic Thunder?
Yeah, I did. The movies suck dick, except for
Oh, that movie's so
no.
funny.
There's only 2 good actors in that whole movie. There's only 2. Fuck Robert.
Well, you hate
Robert,
everybody.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. and
Cruise.
and Tom Cruise. That's it. Without those 2 guys, that movie's a piece of shit.
That
Movie is a fucking piece of shit. Ben Stiller is a piece of shit. He's the fucking worst actor ever. He's
I
the
have to agree with
worst
him on
Jew
this.
actor fucking ever.
I don't know
He
about
plays
the
the
Jew part, but
same
yeah, he's pretty bad.
same character in every goddamn movie. Just different levels of the
except,
same dude.
Except Walter Mitty. Life of Walter Mitty was pretty good.
What monster agreed to make Zoolander 2?
Oh, that's all because
What?
it's because of the memes and everything. Because people could quote it and they're like, "Oh, let's cash
Because
in."
it's so bad.
The
It's
Zoolander
so
one was
bad.
so funny.
Zoolander is pretty good. I like it.
when you're 14.
Yeah, and that's why they cashed in on
I'm
it.
just
it's
saying.
so
So
funny.
that's it. So he couldn't make anything new. So he had to go
Jeff.
back to the 14-year-old
Jeff,
fans
Jeff,
that he
Jeff.
made laugh 15
Jeff.
years ago.
Relax.
No.
Don't do it.
What's the score?
All
We got
right.
off track.
Okay.
This is why people point their fingers at me when they're arguing with me about politics at family events.
Nacho Libre came out in 2006. The critics gave it a 40.
Told you.
The audience gave it a 54.
Good on them.
Told.
All right.
That's a balance. How many people voted? Does it say? Because if it was 1,000 people, if 500 gave it 100%, and the other 500 people gave it a 0,
Yeah.
and it just leveled out right in the middle. That's all that happened there.
We're all allowed one shitty movie, Rob. That's your one.
Oh, I don't love that movie. I just think that movie's entertaining to have on when I'm doing other things.
yeah.
So you have 14, Jeff has 28, and I have 30.
Okay.
We have one more.
All right, one more.
I'm good.
Better be Grandma's Boy.
Three Amigos.
That's not in Mexico.
Three Amigos from 1986. Starring what was at that time 3 titans of comedy. Chevy
Yeah.
Chase, Steve Martin, and Martin Short. And they are running around looking ridiculous in those outfits. 3 silent movie actors known as the Three Amigos travel to a small Mexican town for what they think is a public appearance in this mild comedy. Instead, they realize they've been mistaken for their screen characters, while the townspeople ask them to help fight an evil bandit. It's directed by John Landis and written by Steve Martin and Lorne Michaels of Saturday Night Live fame.
Cool. I've never seen this movie, but those 3 in a movie, you want to think that they couldn't do any wrong.
And that's usually when wrong happens.
Yeah. I feel like it's a classic, though. It's an older movie, so people who... It's not that big. It's not in the same levels that Ghostbusters is on, you know? Like, it's from the same kind of era, but people, like... they're not going to remake The Three Amigos. And if they did, it'd be a horrible B movie with Jack Black in it. So I'm gonna say 72. That's where I'm gonna land.
Okay, Jeff?
I'm pretty sure that a lot of people consider Steve Martin a comedy genius. And he was basically a superstar in his time. And that is an older movie. So since we're going off the critic score, and pretty much only older people...
Audience score.
I mean, yeah, the audience score. The only audience people that I can think of that would even be aware to go back and rate this movie would be people who enjoyed it. So I feel like by default, this will have a leaning in the higher score, because your average 24-year-old like movie rater isn't gonna like think of this movie and go back and watch it. So I think that gives it a boost in the actual people who would go back and rate this movie, because obviously Rotten Tomatoes didn't exist when it first came out, so it's only going to have people that saw it a long time ago. So I'm going to say that, and I got to I got to play a little bit risky, so I'm going to say 86. I'm gonna go 86.
86.
Okay. I had the same thought process as you, is that the people who will have rated this probably loved it. So I'm going to give it an 89.
Okay. And this says something about, like, in the world we live in today and consumption of media, you know, where, like, you're probably people who watch this, like, who are in their mid-20s, are going to see this via Netflix or Hulu, and somebody's going to have to tell them to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to seek it out because you don't.
It's
hear
not
much-
going to get promoted to you on Netflix.
No, the only way most people that are in their early to mid 20s would know about Steve Martin is because they saw him on Austin City Limits. Martin Short and Chevy Chase barely know anything about him at all.
Chevy
So-
Chase is
I
like
don't
Community.
know.
Well, that's about it.
Good show.
So
That's
Yeah, but he's
that's
still going to
like
be
niche.
just known as kind of like the old dude, you know, and
That's
the people
true.
who are. You
Well,
got to
if
be
you've seen
30.
Vacation or
But you've
Christmas
got to be
Vacation.
close to your 30s to have caught those.
but those movies came out in the same time.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to be.
But
things
like
that
our
people don't
parents
see.
watched those.
Fuck
That's
yeah,
why
they did.
I watched that. But
Mhm.
Martin Short in this movie, so underrated. He's the funniest one
He
out of all
really
of them.
is. He really is. But critics gave it a 44. The audience
Fucking haters.
came in a little bit higher at 67.
Oh, shit. It is dog shit like I remembered. I didn't like this movie when I was a kid because
This movie's funny.
it was too slapsticky.
Yeah, it's
You
not-
just
it's
you just hate to
SNL.
laugh. You just want to be
I-
miserable and alone.
I love laughing.
Shit blowing up and
I'm
titties
too-
and fucking. That's all you want.
You know how they say
Michael Bay movies
You
all
know how
day
they
long.
say people who are more intellectual go through life more depressed.
That's only people who are trying to make themselves feel better. They make up quotes so they can requote themselves. That's all they do.
No, we're just more aware.
Yeah.
We just know how shitty everything is.
Again, more regurgitation.
We just
That's
know
all it is.
we know
That's
everything
all it is.
sucks.
That's all it
Can't
is.
enjoy anything.
It's your echo chamber. You're just talking to yourself.
So
Alright, so-
Steven
Sorry.
is the winner by a lot.
By a lot. I'm getting better. Like
Hey,
I'm really shitty.
Steven wins a game.
Hey.
It's better when he doesn't see any of the movies.
when I take my personal taste out of it, that's what I win.
Oh, okay.
So Warcraft, real quick.
I do want to touch on that.
Oh, did it suck
you wanna
or was
cut-
it
You want
good?
to cut the music since we're done with the game? All right. We'll go back
We're
to
done. Got it.
Yeah, you just that music has the movie feel to it, and obviously the tone just changes once the music's over.
Yeah, it does.
So, I did watch the Warcraft, and as somebody who played Warcraft and a shit ton of World of Warcraft for like really fucking hardcore for like 5 months, I went like as deep as you could go into that type of game.
You were that person who got sucked into it.
Yeah, I had back surgery, and I was literally laid up at home.
Okay,
and I
okay.
couldn't do anything. So I started with like the keyboard and mouse like on the bed, and then slowly got a little table in my bedroom that I could sit at. And I played Warcraft on a 40 some odd inch television screen. Like I put a little table like right up to I had like my dresser, right? Because I'm renting a room out. And so I had my dresser and my 40-inch flat screen, LCD television, and then I pushed up like a little, table, like a folding like picnic table, basically. I like
Nice.
pushed undid the opened up the folding picnic table, pushed that bitch right up against the dresser, and then got one of my friend's dining room chairs, like to go in there, and just totally. So I had like a group of my brother's younger friends just hold my hand through like, oh, you need to get this character, you need to get this build, you need to get this armor, these enchantments, this, and they all had like the different characters that could give me stuff, and like level, boost, like rolled with me through all like the levels. I mean, these kids were insane. They're like, oh, you're going to do this quest. I'm like, I got to read this thing. I don't know where to go. And they're like, fuck that. You don't just follow me. Like they had done the quest so many times with so many characters. They knew exactly how to pick up all the quests, go accomplish them all. Saw the movie. I thought it was an amazing fucking Warcraft movie.
Thank you.
I was like, what the fuck? This is spot on. And it's a great fucking story. It's actually a compelling, like, moving story. You really do root for the protagonist. It has the good tragedies in it, right, for the story. Just overall, as a standalone movie, it does have some weak points to it. Just kind of like the way some of it was shot, and you could tell that it was like rushed. You know, they're trying to do too much in the movie. I think a little bit. They could have focused in on some stuff. There were some things that I felt like. But here's the biggest complaint is like I went on Rotten Tomatoes and it's got like fucking
Terrible.
It's got a terrible review.
29%. That's not the audience score, but that's just the...
No, the audience score is like decent, I think. From
80 something.
80s, because it's a video game. So if you didn't... This is what I thought. They always ruin video game movies because they'll make a video game movie or a comic book movie for a broader audience. Mm-hmm. So they'll make dumbed down storylines. They'll shorten character plots, right? So the people who don't know fuck all of anything can enjoy the ride, right? They want to get all the ticket sales. This movie does, if you don't know the games, you don't know the lore, this movie does you no favors.
There's no pandering.
It doesn't give a fuck about you.
Okay.
You don't know who Thrall is? Get the fuck out of this seat, right? Just go home, play the game, then come back and watch the movie.
So it's made for fans.
It's made for the fans,
Okay.
which to me is like that's the best honor you could do to when you're making a video game movie. Because all the other people who are actually want to see this movie, they spent probably a good portion of their lives learning these stories. They don't need them to be retold. Right?
Yeah.
They already played through the stories. Most of the people they're
just going to see this with better graphics.
They just want to see this played out, with better graphics, and they already know the storylines. They don't need all these. Basically, like characters can kind of come in, and you know their backstory. So you don't need an explanation. You can just come in, have a conversation, and then goodbye, and that person can go out. But as a regular viewer, you're like, who the hell was that guy? What did he do? Why did he have any influence? What were those people?
And that's the thing. When I saw it, I'd put in the notes when I had to fill out the questionnaire that they needed a preface. You needed that. They needed a narration a little bit before, just kind of drag people in who maybe even hadn't played in so long that forgot some of it. It needed something to bring in more people, I thought, because it was completely catered to someone who's played the games and plays them still.
See, I've played the game. I haven't played World of Warcraft, but I played all the other Warcrafts. I still thought this movie looked terrible.
No, and there is one thing about it that I really do want to point out, though. Now that you've seen it, it's rated PG-13, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you not think that even though the movie's called Warcraft, that it was way violent for a PG-13 rating?
It was super violent, and I loved it. And
yeah.
I thought, first off, when the orcs... I mean, I don't know. Do you guys care to see it? Can I spoil some of it?
No, you can go. I'm never going to see this.
Never
okay.
it.
So you're good. You guys are clear.
The story is basically the orcs are coming from, another dimension, and they're following this, mythical, power... leader, this magical guy, and their planet basically has no life on it, and so he's using his magic power to create a portal to get them the fuck out of this death planet and onto some other planet, and that just happens to be the planet where humans live. So they're coming in, and this new this mage, powerful bad guy is going to come in, and he's basically starts kind of sucking and eating the life from this planet, right? And within the orcs is one guy he's basically going, this is just going to turn into the shit land we just came from, right? This guy's just going to destroy everything here, and then we're going to have to go to some other place and destroy everything there. So he basically kind of is trying to... He wants to live. He wants all of his orc people to live. If his fantasy is that they could come to peace and just share this planet with the humans. So you get really great story arcs where there's two good guys. It's kind of like Game of Thrones, right? They're the situation that's unfolding is causing them to be enemies, but there are really good people on both sides that, through no fault of their own, but by these outside forces, are driving them into combat. And you really feel for the good orc, right? You really feel for him, and everything just goes wrong for him. He just like in Game of Thrones, where you have the Ned Stark character who just does everything morally correct, makes every moral correct decision, and because of it, that's where I have to shut up. Because of it,
Oscars.
Wrap it up,
Yeah.
B. Yo.
Because he makes all the morally correct decisions,
They won't hear that in post.
his his family and his tribe and his wife and himself pay the ultimate price. They all die for it. And so that, and you feel like if you feel really fucking bad when these horrible things are happening to them.
But it is like, I like the action. I like the gore. I really felt like it was not just done for the sake of doing it. It had a place. But to rate that PG-13, I wouldn't take it.
So you get to one point where there's like a skirmish, and humans are fighting orcs in this, even the first like in the jungle type of in the woods forest battle scene, and the orcs are just smashing humans. I mean, this guy comes with armor, and he's just got this big club, and it just obliterates him. But there's no blood. But you still, like, the way the movie's shot, you're just like, oh my god, that guy's destroyed. It's not like when Wolverine punches somebody and you're like, God, that was fake. There's no blood. There's no nothing. Like, you don't feel when you watch the X-Men movies, when you see Wolverine punch somebody with the claws, I don't get the feeling that 3 giant machetes just pierced that person. I don't get that feeling like, oh man, that must have pierced right through his chest and his heart and his lungs. That must have been horrible. I just think it just looked like Wolverine punched the dude. Yeah. The guy just kind of falls down. There's no like visceral feeling of like the cold steel that penetrated that guy's body.
You get it with Warcraft.
In Warcraft, it's visceral.
Blood. Like there were scenes, they may have changed it from when I saw it, because I saw a pre-production version, and they had scenes where the orcs were fighting, and there would be blood splatter on the camera lens. Like, they really made it as graphic and gory. They took all that out?
I didn't get that at all, because I was looking for it, but I was totally... Again, though...
Did they put the elves or the blood elves in this one, too?
No, they mention it. They kind of...
You see, I think they were on screen for, like, literally 3 seconds when they were showing, like, different races and things, trying to explain a little bit of the orcs and where they were coming from. You see the Draenei, but that not really anything else.
They just kind of like show when one of the orcs, when him and his wife are like, oh, we're going into battle, and she's like, yep, just like the days when we used to climb the mountain to kill the blood elves, right? They just kind of like toss it like out there. There's like little hints to it, but they do. I mean, everything's in World of Warcraft. They have Stormwind. They do the. All the characters. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, this is a World of Warcraft movie," but it's the very first game Warcraft storyline. But I don't know, whatever. It's a good movie for a fucking video game movie. They did the Blizzard
shit
fans.
Out of Mortal Kombat.
They did the Blizzard fans like mad justice. They did the game fans mad justice.
That's cool. I think the first reaction, because I heard it's a video game adapted in a movie, because every single time Hollywood's tried it, they failed miserably. The expectations are it's going to suck. Like, right off the bat, that's where I go, because nobody's ever been able to do it. Like,
what do you think about the new, not that we have extra time, but they're making an Assassin's Creed movie with Michael Fassbender?
I'm so pumped to see that.
I don't know.
I think it's going to be terrible. Assassin's Creed is such a good story. Like, it can be such a good, intricate story.
Who played it? Did anybody play it?
Yeah.
You played it?
Yeah.
I played the first 3.
The first one sucked.
That's the one that hooked me.
It was the same thing over and over and over again. The second and the third one were really good. Actually, the pirate one, the Black Flag, was the best.
The gameplay is all basically the same. You're pushing to try to figure out like what is going on with these people who are like using the DNA to
that's what they're saying.
Except they abandoned that after 3, and then you just never find out what happens.
Oh, really? Can you remember, because they have like that third, what do they call that, where the character turns and like looks to you?
Yeah.
Like we get to the end. Yeah, and it breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
And it like talking to you in the character. I remember sitting in the room like by myself, like, whoa, like fucking no, you didn't. Like, turn this shit off.
The movie's basically going to be, from what I read about it,
is it Altair or is it
It's
Ezio?
like 65 to 75% modern times in the Animus. Like, you only see a little bit of the actual going back in time stuff.
I don't know. They tried to do.
That's gonna be kind of boring.
They tried to do Prince of Persia as a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's just
terrible.
It's because Hollywood can't make a video game movie.
Did you ever used to play Max Payne back in the day?
Oh, that movie.
Max
that
Payne,
was a dark ass game.
Max Payne, the game was intense and it was so cool because that was like right around the time of the Matrix, and you could do bullet time in the game. And the first Max Payne was super dark about the murder of his family.
Right.
So when they were coming out with the movie, that was before Mark Wahlberg was more of a joke, Mark Wahlberg.
Happy-go-lucky person, yeah.
When he was in it, I thought, oh, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be dark and gritty, and it was terrible.
For some
it
reason,
was so
awful.
bad.
Like, it broke my heart that Mila Kunis was in it. That's how bad it was.
She's so hot in it.
Yeah, I remember playing Max Payne, and that one part of the game where he has to relive the memory of going through his house, and you hear that baby kid, and you're just like, "Fuck, just get out of here!" Get to the level.
Yeah.
So disturbing.
And then
it gets worse each time he goes into one of those dreams.
It gets way worse. But my favorite thing when you said the Matrix, that somebody made the Matrix mod. Did you ever play that?
Max Payne 2 had like bullet time in it, and I think they had a Matrix mod for that.
They literally like reconstructed the lobby of the Matrix.
Yes.
Where they walk in.
Yeah.
And like you could literally just go in and do that gunfight in bullet time just like the Matrix, and you're just like, fuck yes. I remember I would play in the game, folded up a pizza and a t-shirt, threw that shit under the bed, and like fucking just kept playing.
Just keep going, man.
Yeah.
Just go through it.
All right, on that note,
No,
we should wrap it up.
I wish they would make God of War into a fucking movie, because it's pretty much like Gladiator, but God, those games were so fucking sick. Like 1, 2, and like the third was just intense. Did you guys ever play God of War?
Oh, yeah.
Get out of here with your PlayStation.
Dude, fuck off. He did.
I like them all.
That was
Dude.
my ex-brother-in-law's favorite game series was God of War.
Dude, the third one, when you climb Mount Olympus, you beat the shit out of Neptune, and he beats his ass and then chucks him onto. It's so
This
fucking
is
legit.
my problem for me with God of War was I didn't have the game, so I remember going over to my friend's house, and they were already like 3/4 of the way in the game, right? And I'm watching, I'm just like, fuck, this game looks awesome, right?
Yeah.
Like this is so cool to watch. And they're like, here, you want to play? I'm like, all right, cool. Dead. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Hold on. You know, like it's already so advanced, and you don't know like the movements and the techniques and the timing of all the different weapon style. And I was just like, fuck, I can't even play this. Here, play it. And I just sat there and just like, watch them like just in awe. They made a couple of games kind of in that same style. They made like a Arrow one where it's that person like what's that chick with the flowy like red hair, and she's got that big blade, and she shoots arrows. No. Nope. She like shoots that arrow, and then you could like take the controller and you could like move it in 3-dimensional space and steer the arrow. No, fuck you guys aren't gamers. Fuck out of here.
Kind of sounds familiar. The arrow part sounds familiar.
Shadows of Colossus. That was a good one.
That was legit.
Yeah.
Nope.
Dude, that's a classic.
I heard they're thinking about making a Gears of War movie too.
That wouldn't
the
surprise
first
me,
Gears of
but
War
I
game was so awesome.
hope they don't.
So good.
This just has that.
I want to see someone chainsaw somebody in half.
They could easily make Dead Space a movie, because that game is scary as fuck.
I haven't played that one.
That game will make you shit your pants. Like I just double dare you to try to play that game in your living room with no lights on.
What about Doom? Did you guys used to play Doom, and then did you see the Doom movie?
I didn't see the Doom movie.
The Doom movie wasn't as bad as some of the other ones. I liked at the end how they turned into a video game.
Oh, it was like
first person shooter at the end. That was kind of cool.
Oh, this would piss me off. I fell in love with Final Fantasy VII. Mm-hmm. Felt jaded with Final Fantasy VIII. Really pissed off with Final Fantasy IX
because it was they went too far throwback. And
they went too Asian-y. You know, like with the styles and like the weird like overalls, and I don't know. They just all the characters look like chicks. Even the dudes look like chicks. Yeah, just like what the fuck
everything that made the other two cool. Like they just fuck all that.
It was like all gender neutral, fucking like whatever. You know, like way beyond. But they made a Final Fantasy movie, The Spirits Within or something.
It was all CGI. It was like one of the first. Like
it looked CGI amazing, movies. But I was just like, what a dog shit fucking interpretation of Final Fantasy. Like, there's no.
It was supposed to be what happened after Final Fantasy VII. That's what it was. It was a continuation.
I don't think so. It was its own standalone story. It made no sense.
Well, no, it was like it was afterwards. I'll look it up. I'm pretty sure
there's Final Fantasy Advent Children, which is after Final Fantasy VII, but that came out way later.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of then.
And that movie kind of sucked too, because it's just super rushed. But the Final Fantasy The Spirits Within had Donald Sutherland played one of the characters. It was
Okay,
it was
I'm thinking something different. Than
He was Dr. Ross. Perry Gilpin, who was the chick from Frasier, she voiced one of the characters.
it was just weird. It was like ghosts that could just go through anything, and if they touch you, you die. It was
Oh,
like,
no, I
how
didn't
the
see
fuck
that.
do you fight this? Like these spirits just come, and everybody on the planet's dying, and you don't know what to do, and it's like what. How is this related to Final Fantasy? Like, where's the gems and the orbs?
It's the characters. That's all it is, really.
It didn't seem Final Fantasy-esque at all. I wanted to see like swords that were sword guns. You know, I wanted to see like chocobos. I wanted to see like
The golden
Wait,
chocobo.
how do you pronounce that?
I call them chocobos.
I call them chocobos. How do you pronounce it?
Never played it.
Oh fuck, dude! Pimp.
What the fuck?
You gotta get the golden chocobo, dude.
Yeah,
the one
dude.
that can run across the planet.
Yeah, did you
Final
go down
Fantasy
and you
was
get
only
Knights of the
PlayStation,
Round?
wasn't
Fuck
it?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you have?
Yeah.
64 or Xbox?
64, then I had
Oh,
Xbox.
you mean you didn't
I was-
weep when Ariel died? Because I
Oh, dude.
did. I literally cried by myself, like
You guys are crying
tear.
over Japanese anime while I'm killing
Yeah.
fools on Halo.
You don't understand. I spent 3 discs looking for her. I spent
you've
3
never
discs
found her.
looking for her.
There's
Never find
one
her.
that you could actually turn. Halo is one you could turn it into a movie so easily
Oh.
and do a fucking
You
great
think
job.
that, but Hollywood can't do it.
Yeah, but the
dude.
problem is,
No, I didn't say Hollywood does it. I just said you could turn it into.
See,
a
I would
movie.
rather. I don't know if you guys ever played Mass Effect, that 3-game
Yeah.
epic. That is huge. That could be like its own series, like Star Wars, with the depth of those games. You could turn that into an
They could
awesome
put that
movie.
on in place of Game of Thrones.
the problem
You
is,
know, in
is that
between. That's-
Oh, that would be awesome.
those look to me, video games are the ultimate form of storytelling because
It's so in depth.
It not only is it incredibly in depth, the stories are super rich, right? A lot of them come with built-in all kinds of lore, right? And you're the character. You get to make the decisions, right? There's
Especially
an
in
overall
those ones.
arc. So now you have to take people who experienced like they were the character, and now you're going to put it on a screen in an hour and a half. And that character is going to make all the decisions you would never make. And you're like, this is fucking stupid.
And you don't get the build up. You don't get the connection of that because they're trying to cram something that takes 2 discs to get into. Well, back in the day when it was discs. But that would take 3 days of playing to get into, and they cram it into 20 minutes. Like, oh, and then that big thing happens. It's like it doesn't have the same effect.
That's
So
not
how
how
do
this
you-
works. That's
So
not
how do you
any of
think
this
the
works.
new Zelda series for Netflix is going to be?
Wait, what?
Legend of Zelda?
I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be live action or CGI. I think it's going to be live action.
Just because
There have
it's
been fan-made versions of Zelda stuff that's on YouTube that are it's pretty fucking good, and I don't know.
I'm
They could
excited.
do it.
I'm excited.
They could do it.
Ocarina of Time was like the best game ever,
Yeah. I know. I want to
and
be
also
hyped.
the hardest game.
I
ever.
want hype for it, dude. But I know how Hollywood is, and nobody can do it right. I don't know why.
See, I'm gonna go
But it's
way
in
back.
Netflix. I have faith in Netflix.
I want to.
Netflix. The thing is that this is I personally believe why Netflix is so much better. Their execs are just very hands off. They let the creators make their thing, and they don't give a fuck. Like, oh, you want to make it 8 episodes, 200 episodes? You want to release them all on the same day so people can binge? Like the first Jackie fucking turned on and burned through all the Orange is the New Black. Like,
Yeah.
boom, done with it. She watched like all the episodes already. I think that show's horrible, but
I think it's pretty good.
This Jackie loves that show too.
I don't. It's awful.
It's a good show, dude.
It's just like no, it's not just like, but I hate it in the same way that I dislike Once Upon a Time. I can't like. I watched that whole first season, and I was just like,
Never
dude,
saw that.
these people, all they talk about is their feelings.
That's why you hate
Oh
it.
my god, these people feel way too much.
See this, no, I'm with him on
Stop
this.
feeling
that,
so hard.
that the Netflixes and the Hulus and the Amazon Primes, they're doing it right. Man in a High Castle, fantastic.
So
Can't
good.
wait for that to come out again.
Oh, it's
Wait.
on Amazon.
Yes.
Oh,
Man,
it was.
hold
it was
on. Let me take some
so
notes here.
good.
You guys mentioned 2 shows, and I'm always kind of grasping at straws, trying to find like a new series or show or something. I remember my friend, actually my boss that I hate.
You should allegedly
The one thing.
find Man in the High Castle on the internet. It's
Yeah, yeah.
intense.
I'll add you to my household on Prime, and that way you could watch it.
I'm down.
It's really, really good.
Man in
Oh,
the
dude,
High
I just
Castle.
saw this greatest note that I wanted to bring up on the podcast like a long
we
time
sound-
ago.
we
We've
sound
gone
like
an hour and a half.
No, I got to get this out because
we
I've been
sound like-
holding on to it for like 6 weeks.
We
can
sound
hold
like
one
we're
more
plugging
week.
it. We're like,
One
what's
more
that called
week.
again? What is it? Oh my god!
Wait, okay,
Man in the High Castle?
Man in the High Castle?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the High...
It's a period.
Oh
movie.
shit! A glimpse into alternative history of North America. What life after World War II may have been like if the Nazis had won the
Oh,
war.
shit.
No,
I tried
no,
to
no.
watch this.
It's
I tried to
good.
watch it. I
It's
couldn't.
good.
It's so good.
Okay, what was the other one that you mentioned earlier at the beginning? You watched some show on Netflix. You were like Sparkles of something. I don't know, like, what was it?
Sparkles.
Yeah, what were you guys talking about?
I don't know. Just listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
While I look this up, I was thinking the great man's. I mean, this isn't really fair, but
Can you save this till next
no,
week?
because we already talked about Zika virus, and I just wanted to say, Zika virus is the ultimate form of male birth control ever not invented by men, because you can give yourself the Zika virus as a man, which won't affect you negatively in any way, and any bitch that tries to have a kid on the sly
Oh, of
will not
course
be able to give birth to it.
You would think that
You know,
way.
well,
Of
some chicks are
course you
shady,
would.
you know, and they're like, "Oh, I forgot to take my birth control. I'm gonna have a kid, and you're stuck with me forever." And you can be like, "No,
Sit
bitch, I got the
down.
Zika virus."
While that
You're
was wildly
kidding.
appropriate,
You're
never play those kids again, please.
So on that note, why don't we wrap it up?
Let's do that.
Oh, I found it. Penny Dreadful.
Oh, Penny Dreadful,
Yeah,
yes.
you need to fucking watch
that.
Oh.
All right, I'll tell you what a piece of shit it is next week.
I'm sure you will. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, so
that's what you have here. This is
Yeah.
the lanyard.
I asked my girlfriend
So
if she
good.
listens to this. She goes, "No, you cuss too much." Can you believe her? Can you believe she
She
says that?
lives with you, dude.
I know. She's always telling me to stop cussing, especially when I get on the video games.
Oh,
She's like, "Could you not?"
All right. So find us on the Covalence Cast or Covalence Cast at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, our Covalence Cast on Reddit.
And yeah, that's
And
it.
of course, iTunes. You know, sign
Yeah,
up.
rate us, share us with everybody that you know. Yeah.